Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Those Two Geeks. He's Alex. I'm Joe. It is our usual Saturday morning time slot, at least usual for us. You guys never know when we're doing this. We could be doing it at 3 a.m. But we are going to talk about something a little bit different today that we haven't talked about in a little while. Alex has informed me that we're gonna chat about toys and action figures and such. Is that
It
correct?
Yeah, it feels like it's been. I was gonna
Ages.
say it feels like it's been months, but I don't. It probably hasn't been. It just.
Uh,
It's
I
been a
think the
while.
I think the last time we talked about toys, for some reason, something's sticking out in my head. It was definitely an episode when I was in the car, and
Oh, maybe.
I think we were chatting about like biker mice from Mars at one point.
Yeah,
And
I think also it's one of those things where we've probably talked about it a couple of times on one of those episodes where we just don't have a plan.
yeah, yeah. I don't think we've talked about it in anything recent, as far as at least a month or so, maybe more than that. Just because we've had so many other topics. We've had,
Yeah,
the Batman movies, we've had, wrestling, we've had Matthew's episode, we've had, there's just like a smorgasbord of everything
yeah.
going on. We talked Deadpool and Wolverine. We
Oh
talked,
God, yeah.
yeah, I mean, seriously, we can talk Deadpool and Wolverine toys.
It.
I have
I think.
the Wolverine
Do you know what?
toy.
That's a great segue. So I actually don't have any of those yet. I think I have them. Do I have them ordered? I think I have one of them pre-ordered that I could find, but
I'm guessing you have Wolverine ordered.
cool. Honestly, it's the only one I could find. Now I did get the reissue of the vested Wolverine.
The vested Wolverine.
I say vested. It was the Amazon exclusive. So I got
Okay.
it's so if you I mean I haven't sent you a picture of it. My Wolverine shelf currently has essentially two of the same figure,
Okay.
but one's got the bone claws with the Origins head, and
Oh,
then
yes, yes, yes.
yeah,
Got you.
yeah. So then
Okay.
one's got the metal claws with the other head.
Yeah. So you're
So
talking the Hugh Jackman from Origins with the
yeah,
jacket. The
yeah.
jacket. How did
No,
you
yeah.
say
So I
vested?
well because I have the one with the jacket, but I've also got the one with just like the wife beater. I say that. So
Okay, that's where you threw me off, because
yeah.
the wife beater
So
is not
yeah,
a vest.
it is in the UK. Oh,
Seriously?
yeah. We would call a wife beater a vest. It's still
Okay.
too early. I'm not used to converting my terms over yet.
Yeah, because I thought
Um,
a vest has buttons.
it does over here. We would call that a waistcoat.
Oh my God. But how? Wait a minute. Time. This is now to the episode. How? But it doesn't cover. Is it because it goes down to your waist?
Basically, it goes
Okay.
down to your waist, I think, but it doesn't have any sleeves, so they just call it a waistcoat.
I've heard
Whereas,
the term many times. Yeah, I
yeah,
just never knew what the hell that meant. Now I
yeah,
do.
it's no different than what we would call like a vest here in North America.
That's crazy. A vest to me is it has buttons and it goes under like
Yep.
a suit jacket.
Yeah, and that's what it is for most people, right? Like that
Yeah.
kind of sleeveless shirt of some form.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. Sorry about that. This is some
oh
cat's
no
coming
worries.
out until
I
I
say,
110% feed him.
oh, you got to take care of the animal.
But
Oh
yeah, so
shit.
no, okay, so you have that Wolverine, but for the movie, the Deadpool and Wolverine, do you have any of them ordered? Do you have the yellow Wolverine ordered?
No, not yet. Couldn't find the
Okay,
fucker. I mean,
I'm glad I ordered three. Okay, because you got one.
okay, perfect.
You
Yeah.
got one.
All right,
What I
perfect.
was mentioning was the ZD Toys Wolverine that I showed you that I have. I don't
Oh,
have the Marvel
that
Legends ones yet.
one is unreal.
It's crazy. And the funny thing is, I thought it was going to be like an 8-inch scale, because that's what it's
Yeah.
touted as. It's just it's on par with the McFarlane figures, like an average McFarlane figure.
Oh, cool.
So it is absolutely, if he's like crouching down in your display or something, it's
It'll.
fudgeable in a Marvel
Yeah,
Legends.
and that's just it. Like fudgeable is often all that you need or that you can
Yeah,
want. Is that as long as
yeah.
it's more or less fits in, then you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I don't think there's many people out there. I'm not saying I don't ever, Brady, please lie down. Don't make it a double team. Um, I don't ever say that I don't, fuck around and pose my toys and kind of like have an action sequence with them. I might once in a blue moon, But for the most part, they go up on a shelf, and I want them to look great. I'm not
Yeah.
sitting there like, oh yeah, let's take like filming stop motion commercials with my figures. So if I'm fudging it in, as long as it looks fantastic, fits the display, fits the aesthetic, I'm pretty happy for the most part. Like I've gotten over this whole Marvel Legends must be with Marvel Legends. That like
Hmm.
the segregation of things went out with the civil rights movement. Like it's not like
It
these toys can't play with the others.
No,
It's
exactly.
stupid.
Like I think that it's one of those things. This is actually what we were talking about a bit earlier. Is that for some people that is a big deal.
Yeah.
I prefer to have them somewhat in scale. So
Oh, sure. Yeah.
like if I'm gonna have now the Ninja Turtles for me, I know that technically they're about 6 foot plus, but if
Yeah.
I have the four Ninja Turtles of the same line next to Wolverine and they're the same height, that doesn't bother me.
No,
Like
no.
that to me,
Exactly.
that works. Whereas
Yeah.
if I have like the Jada Street Fighter toys next to the
Nice
Legends,
segue.
right? Well, they're fantastic. I think that's a
They're
great
they're
scale.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Um, the articulation is far superior.
What you get for the price in the package total for Jada is
Is
it's still like how?
I don't
How do
so
you get this? How do they
I
keep
can't
that price that low?
have you so you don't have Dulcim, right?
I don't have Dawson yet, and I heard he's incredible.
So Dulcim you get um two sets of hands,
Yep.
you get two sets of arms.
Yep.
Now the fists they won't come off the extendable arms,
Right.
and then you get two sets of legs and two
Right.
heads.
Yeah.
Right,
You
Ryu you
basically
get
get
two
two
heads.
figures.
But with Dawson, basically, yeah, like Ryu
Yeah.
you get two heads, two
Yeah.
sets of hands, and then the
The
fireball.
Hadoken. The
Same
Hadoken.
with
Yeah.
Ken.
Yeah. Chun Li, you
Phelan you
get
get
that
the
fire
thousand
effect is
foot kick.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
so cool.
you get like I think different kinds of hands and two different heads. Fei Long, you get two heads. I think
Mhm.
two or three sets of hands, and then Bison again, two heads, two sets of hands, and like a detachable cape because you can
Yeah, which is
change the shoulder
amazing.
pads out, which is insane.
Do you get a power effect with Bison?
You do. Oh yeah, yeah. So you get power effect with all of them,
So I didn't know
apart
if you
from
got one
Dalton.
with Bison because for some weird reason, every time I see the pictures, I only see the cape. And listen, the cape is the main selling point for me. You could
One
always
hundred
take
percent.
like you could take like a fucking energy effect off of a Marvel Legends that's like a purple translucent and use it for Bison if you had to.
Yeah.
And the other
Yeah.
thing off
No, you
camera
get it.
we
It's like a fisty punch thing that goes over his fist.
cool. Off camera we were talking. These guys scale so well with Marvel Legends. They really do.
Yeah.
And I think Jada used Marvel Legends as the blueprint for their figures. I
Oh, they
really
would
do
have to. They would have
because
to.
the scale is perfect. And it's clear that these people are like, okay, we're going to make Street Fighter. We're going to make
Yeah.
Street Fighter. Not only
Like
are we going to make Street Fighter, we're going to make the most known Street Fighter of Street Fighter 2 Turbo
mhm.
or Street Fighter 2 Alpha. It's one of the two. We want to make sure that everyone gets that classic nostalgia Street Fighter. But it's also very clear that they're like fans of Marvel Legends and probably Marvel versus Capcom is probably their jam.
I would I would assume so. Now I'm looking at it and like Cyclops and the Scarlet Spider are slightly taller than Dalsim, like at the
Yeah,
shoulders. But
yeah,
like we were saying earlier, that is so far beyond fudgeable
yeah.
that if you're going to be
It's
posing these guys,
negligible.
right, like if you're posing them in any kind of action shot, you're never going
Yeah,
to notice a difference.
yeah. It's something that you're not your eye isn't going to be like, oh man,
No,
totally out
no,
of whack. I
exactly.
can't do this now. But it's unbelievable how good they are for the scale and the price. And I think
Yep.
that's why they've also blown up is people are getting so ticked off at Marvel Legends. Like there's a love-hate affair with Marvel Legends that goes on and
Hmm.
off like crazy. I don't know. We're back on hate again this week. I personally wanted to bring this up. I'm not
Yeah.
on the hate train for this one, which is really strange.
That is
I
odd,
never
but
really,
entirely expected.
I don't,
You can't hate everything.
you're getting Lockjaw and Crystal.
Yep.
And Crystal has been on my wish list since the beginning of us doing Marvel Legends. Her and Kane have been
Yeah.
my biggest wish list. They've been always on there. They're perennial like appearances. And you
Mm.
get a lockjaw that has swap out parts, face and legs. It's a big hunk of plastic. Now, is it a hollow hunk of plastic? I don't know. I don't have it in hand. But the thing is, lockjaw is wanted big time in people's collections for those who missed out on the Mezco. And if you want to go get Mezco Black Bolt now, he's up there price. I think he's like 230 or something. So
Oh,
it's like,
they're 100% reissuing or doing a new Black Bolt in the near future. If they've
of
just done
course,
Lockjaw,
yeah, of course. So he's $70. But he's huge. He's gonna come in a box. He's huge with
yeah.
crystal. People are losing their
I
fucking
mean,
mind over it, and I'm
so
like, oh, okay,
here's
this is where you're choosing.
here's my thought on that.
Sure.
Zabu is half the size of
Hmm.
Lockjaw and is
Yeah.
locked behind a wave. I
Correct.
would love Zabu. I don't particularly care for Kazar or it's funny. I like Zabu. I don't really care for Kazar, and I think
You
it's
don't like
just
Kazar?
I'm largely indifferent to Kazar. It's more just a
Okay.
case of I just want a giant saber-toothed tiger toy.
Sure.
Is
Gotcha.
really what it boils down to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to spend. Now, bear in mind these are Canadian prices, but it's $35 per figure. So,
Exactly.
right, it's $35 a figure for one that I wanted, which was
Yep.
Cable.
Right. I had him. He's the only one out of the wave I got.
Yep. Then you have Kazar. Yeah, okay,
Mm.
he would be cool. I could fudge him
Yeah.
in some display somewhere, but
With
I don't.
Zabu, he's great. Yeah.
Right, like I wouldn't really have a dedicated spot for him. I give no shits about the Red Widow.
Nope. Same. Didn't even know who she was. So I was like,
No,
yeah, don't care.
I don't even know who else is on in the wave.
Oh, the Tony Stark from the from the Superior Iron Man, which I just didn't like the way the figure came out.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, so I
Um,
don't. Well, he doesn't have a piece,
oh, that's
thankfully.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Wolfsbane, I would Wolfsbane if I was going for like an X Factor
Yeah,
team, Wolfsbane would
definitely.
be a clear lock. I'm not
Yep.
really going for Wolfsbane, but if
Same.
I find her cheap enough, maybe.
Yep. I found her at GameStop for like $22, but to me,
Yeah,
that's
so
still not cheap enough. But
it's not a bad price, but I get what you're saying. It's not where you want
yeah,
to be. Um, the Black Winter Thor,
yeah. You know
very
what?
very cool design. I just
Very.
have
Just
no
yeah.
reason to have it.
Other than Galactus, I really don't have a reason to have it, and I'm just like,
No,
I don't want it.
and
I ended up getting rid of the other Thor that I loved that Donny Cates run, but that figure
yeah,
was like with that cape was just so restricted. I'm like, yeah,
mm,
no,
I still have the classic Thor from years
same.
ago,
Yep.
and that's the only one I really need. Like very tempted every time I see him to get the Ragnarok Thor just for the spinning hammer.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and then you got Icarus. Again, cool figure, very
Very
cool
cool
figure.
figure. Yeah, definitely.
Don't really want him, if I'm honest.
No, same.
And so then I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures at $35,
Yeah.
right? For something that I would love.
Right.
So I'm looking at $175
Mm-hmm.
just to get the builder figure. Now I'm aware that I can get the builder figure on eBay at some point down the road. Like I'm
Yeah,
well
probably
aware
for
of that,
still somewhere along the lines of 70,
right?
$80 stuff.
Exactly. So why would
Singularly.
you?
Right.
So then you look at Lockjaw and Crystal. Well, you
I
know what?
know.
Yeah, it's probably going to be. Again, I'll keep it in the Canadian prices just because that's where
Sure.
the 175 comes from. So Lockjaw and Crystal is probably going to be around $100,
Yeah.
give or take.
Right.
If you only want Lockjaw,
Mm-hmm.
well then you get a free figure out of that.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing. It's like, listen, we're past the point where I'm all right with Marvel Legends being up at $27.99. Like that, I'm fine with that. And if they hit 30, they hit 30. So be it for a basic Legend.
Hmm.
That's really where I want to be as far as action figures go. And I say this as I'm holding the 2-pack Iron Fist in my hand because I haven't been able to put this thing down. I fucking love this figure so much. He's a basic figure. He really is. He's a basic figure with an overlay for the neck piece, and the mask is done so well. But what they did with Danny Rand this time around, which is great, Brady, move your phone, is they sculpted the mask where you see the hair coming out under the back if you look under the collar.
Oh, that's
And so
cool.
they did a great job. It's not just like a yellow head,
Yeah, I see
with
that.
a little
Yep.
face. Oh, it's so well done.
And isn't
And
he on? He's on the retro buck, right?
he's on the retro Spider-Man buck, and the tassel on his his bandana.
Yeah.
It can move left or right, up and down, whatever, like
Oh,
depending on what
cool.
you want to do.
Okay.
The color palette they did with this is so good. I will. Did people see? This is what I mean.
Did
I
you?
talked
So,
about.
hang on.
Mhm.
Question. Did you say the neck piece is an overlay?
I think it's an add-on. It looks like a
Okay. Because I'm looking at a
snap-on.
picture. It looks like it's an entire the torso looks
Yeah,
like it's an entirely new mold.
it is. It looks new. Yeah. Now that you're saying it, it's the sculpting. Yeah, you're right. It's slightly new, but it's the
It.
rest of it. The
I mean
arms
the
and the
the
legs and the
yeah
feet
the
are retro.
yeah, the thing is that's still a new torso that they've made for this
Yeah.
character. So they're probably going to reissue
Oh,
him
they're
at
gonna
some
reuse.
point, right?
Yeah.
You're going to reuse that if you've gone for an entire like three new pieces in for Iron Fist. So
Yeah.
you've got
Yeah.
the upper, middle, and then
Yeah.
the hip bits are all brand new.
Right. And the thing is, like, people, I was saying this to my cousin off air. You know, Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series are the hardest fans to please. They are the
Hmm.
absolute hardest. I feel for these teams because they have the fan base that is the most demanding and just can be completely asinine on certain things. It's just really ridiculous. Um, this Iron Fist to me satisfies the entire need for a classic Danny Rand. Like I am as happy as can be with this guy. He is considered my classic Danny Rand. I know people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, he doesn't have the V-neck; it goes down on his sides," and I'm like,
Eh.
"Yeah, who fucking cares? It's so close
It,
enough that I
the
think it would be stupid if they re-release this for just a V-neck. I really do."
Yeah, so this two pack is $70 in Canada, which
Yeah,
is $35 for each figure, which is given how much is new
average.
sculpt, that's
Yeah,
actually slightly
right.
cheaper than buying the
So
two figures alone, and
I
you get
will.
a
I will tell
lot
you this.
more with it.
Oh, hold on one sec. Let me ask my dog. You just keep talking. I apologize.
Yeah, no, so I was going to say like you get for Danny Rand alone, you get one, two, three, four, five, six
Yeah.
additional hands. You get two flame ball effect things, which we've seen with Pyro, so they're not new.
Yeah. Exactly.
But like Danny Rand's heads are newly sculpted.
Ah, it's so
His
good. He's got two
again,
heads.
right? We've gone over the torso is newly sculpted.
Yep.
Then you've got Luke Cage. It looks like his shoulders are new. I don't know if
Totally.
don't know if the torso is new. And it looks like he's got butterfly joints. So I think that's a new torso.
I got rid of the Luke Cage. It just didn't sing to me. Like if
Yeah,
I want a
and
Luke Cage, I want a classic Power Man. And I'll be
yeah,
honest, the one that they put out a couple waves ago just did not do it for me.
it's same.
It didn't
This
do it
is
for me.
this is
If you're gonna do Power Man for that classic look, give him the afro, go the entire way.
mm,
Don't just, like
yeah,
they clearly just hodgepodged it. And that sometimes doesn't work. And I didn't like it. I didn't prefer it. I'm like, no, this isn't for me. This Danny Rando hits every spot imaginable,
yeah.
and I'm perfect with him.
I would probably keep this Luke Cage
Mm.
if I got the two pack.
Yeah, I got it. I
Just
sold it.
Yeah, just because it's one of those things. If I got the two pack, okay, well, he's good enough. He'll fit where I need him to
Yeah.
fit. I'm not too worried about upgrading or getting something else because for the longest time that I've been aware of Luke Cage, he's
Hmm.
worn a yellow shirt and blue jeans.
Yeah, exactly. And
So
now he's Mayor Luke Cage in the comic books and all that.
yeah,
And but like this
but
Danny Rand's
you know what?
perfect.
That actually makes sense for the character, right? Like Luke Cage being a
Oh, it
mayor.
definitely does. Yeah, no, I love the character in the comic book. Um, it I'm just like thrilled with this Danny Rand because we were talking about
Mm,
Street Fighter when we went off on a tangent. Like this figure works perfectly with Street Fighter. I could put him against Ryu or Ken or
yeah,
Chun Li or whatever, and he just looks like he's at home. Like the design, everything about it is just great. And like we were saying, they must have been big fans of Marvel versus Capcom, and they were probably like, "Well, if Marvel Legends isn't going to make these for us, we're just going to make them for ourselves." Because isn't it funny that Jada chose to do Mega Man and Street Fighter, two
mhm.
properties in Marvel versus Capcom?
Oh, it's absolutely hilarious. I
Right.
I think it's
So,
fantastic that Jada are basically doing. Like you could never collude with Hasbro, and it's
Right.
not collude is the wrong word. They could probably never say
Collaborate.
collaborate. Thank you. Yeah, they would never
Hmm.
say, hey, uh, Dan, Ryan, we're going to be putting this line out. Why don't you
Hmm.
guys do Marvel versus Capcom colors?
Right. Exactly.
You know, like they could never do that because that would be you know, I just don't see two lines work or two companies working that way because they would probably want, oh, we'll match the articulation and everything, but you know
Yeah.
damn well at the same time they're like, hey, we're gonna slowly put this Super Street Fighter 2 characters out that are gonna look suspiciously like the Marvel versus Capcom ones.
Hmm.
What was in your court, Hasbro? And
Right. Exactly.
Hasbro released Cable, right?
Yeah. Right. Isn't it funny?
Yep.
What
And
version of Cable did they release out of all the versions you could release of
Marvel
Cable?
versus Capcom, because I
Hmm.
think the non like Cable wearing that costume in the comics did not have uh, a costume on his arm.
Yeah, I don't think he had the
It was
blue on his
naked.
arm. It was
No.
always, yeah, it was always bare. And
So
again, you get those people who are like, "Oh, I want bare arm Cable and blah blah." It's like, listen, guys. At the end of the day, it's toys. It's supposed
yeah.
to be. I cannot stress this enough. It is supposed to be fucking fun. It's supposed to be
Hmm.
fun. You're supposed to have these little plastic things on your shelf that, just bring you joy and make you go,
Yeah.
oh, wow, yeah, these are cool. These remind me of a better time, or these remind me of my favorite time. And like, it's not supposed to be the most accurate thing you've ever seen. That's what imports and, Hot Toys is for. Hot Toys are for those crazy anal people who need to have the fucking
Uh,
exact
yeah.
representation.
And
Okay.
this just isn't like this kind of toy is not that. It is,
No, it's an
you know,
action
they're
figure.
exactly like they're designed ostensively to be played with.
They are. They
Most
literally
of
are.
us at this point are adults who will play with them,
Sure.
pose them, whatever.
Like I'll tell you right now, the toy that I think looks amazing. There's another toy I'm going to send you. I ordered
Oh
two
yeah.
of them, but this one, they're both in the same vein. And we're going to keep this toys the whole time
Oh,
if you
I'm
want
totally
to do it.
fine. Yeah, no,
Okay.
totally fine with that.
So I am looking forward to, and I just got the thing from BBTS, Big Bad Toy Store, for those who are uninitiated. Um, I just got the thing that Skeletor is coming through soon. That battle armor with the horns, like the bullhorn, not the bullhorns, but yeah, I think the boar horns or whatever they are, the curled Skeletor with the curled horn
Oh
helmet.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's coming through soon. I think that figure just looks so freaking good.
I
Like,
know.
I'm like, man, was he even in Revolution? I don't think so. I don't think he
I
was in Revolution either. But I don't care. I don't
no.
care.
And that's the thing. Like sometimes I am fine. Yeah, I know you want to get every version of Wolverine or whatever
Yeah,
character
of course.
possible. Like I would. We haven't gone through a most wanted list in quite a while.
No, they need to do Albert and LCD at this point.
They
I think,
100% do, and that I think that would be a
yeah.
2 pack.
Yeah, they
Honestly,
have to. They have to. I know. Am I super excited? We're going to jump all around, folks, on toys to toys and whatever,
it,
different lines.
oh, it's
I am so stoked for the arcade inspired brown suit Wolverine coming out.
I
I think that
know.
goes up next week because
I'm
PulseCon is next week.
so this is one of those I look at it as like, those colors are awful. Like I'm not a fan of the colors. At the
Why?
same
They're
time,
muted. They're a little
they're
more like pastel-y, I guess.
yeah, and that's fine. Like I have a brown suit Wolverine already.
Hmm.
At the same time, I'm still likely going to look to pick this one up because
Do you have
he's
the Marvel Legend brown suit Wolverine?
yeah. I don't know
Like the
how I
retro
found.
one with fuck, dude, that thing is super expensive.
Yeah, I don't know how I found it. I think I got it. I got it years ago.
Yeah, you must have got it like when it was like probably like 50, 60.
No, it wasn't even that much. I wouldn't have paid that much for it. I probably would have paid about 20 to 25.
Wow, it is.
It
Yeah, but I think
it
it's somewhere around 175 or something like that
yeah.
now.
I think it was I don't know if it's the retro or if it's the one before that.
Oh, the one that was in the Juggernaut wave?
Yeah, I think it's a Juggernaut wave one because
Okay.
that the price on that one tanked when the
Yep.
retro one came out.
I
So
think the retro one is the more desired one at this point.
I think so. And yet for me, I don't care because they're basically the exact same figure.
Yeah. Listen, they have started to perfect the Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
mold and the Wolverine sculpt at Hasbro
Yeah.
to the point where I think it's on par with stuff like the Mafex and,
Yeah.
all the other teams doing it. I just think they're doing a great job. I think the X-Men 97 one is just so good. My favorite one still, though, in all honesty, is the 275 Wolverine. I just adore that thing.
Yeah,
I
that
just
one
think
is
it's
super.
so
I
perfect.
Do you know which one? My favorite is probably the animated.
So the 97 animated.
No, so the 97. No, they're cell shaded. Sorry.
Oh, I love that cell shaded figure. I
And
don't know why people hate it so much, but I
the
love it.
the only difference is that the hips and thighs, the basically from the waist to the boots is different.
Yeah.
I just prefer the insanely sculpted version because those thighs work better with the torso.
Yeah.
I find that the 97 Wolverine thighs, they it's almost like the muscles aren't quite as defined, which
Mm-hmm.
totally like I'm fine with
Animated.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but the upper body is very defined, so you almost need to soften the edges of the upper body a bit.
Right.
But
I
that
want.
is such a minor nitpick, right? When it comes
Oh
to
yeah.
what we
I
have.
mean, when you get into that level,
Yeah,
it's like, all right, man. Now,
yeah,
now we're nitpicking just a little bit.
yeah.
But
Now
but
we're really
I want
going
to
for the
show you
nitpick.
this toy line. You need to see this toy line because this is wild. I'm gonna send this to you. This is just crazy. So I ordered this. It's a Kickstarter. It's called Brutal Realm. Now,
Why have I? I think I've heard of this.
you've heard of it. It's basically the not He-Man, not Thundercats Kickstarter, but it is
Yes. Yep.
clearly He-Man
He-Man
and
and Thundercats.
Thundercats. Like the Lion-O is called Lion King
Yes, another
or
one.
Lion Lord. No, it's called Lion Lord. Lion Lord. These, have you seen these?
I don't know if I've seen. I think I've seen Lion Lord,
All
but
right,
I
just do me a
haven't.
favor because my phone's being stupid.
Yeah,
Type
yeah. I'll
in
look
your
it up.
laptop right now. Look up Brutal Realm Kickstarter. I want you to look at these and I want you to realize that these are $35 figures. They're $35 figures for the level of what I ordered the whole thing. I ordered the not He-Man, I ordered the not
Not He-Man.
Skeletor, the not Skeletor's guards, and the not Lion-O. I ordered all four of those. Look at these things. They are
Oh,
gorgeous.
like
They're
the
fucking
scaling with Hercules,
legend.
right? Legends is insane. I like the
Yeah.
fact that they're a little bit smaller than the Masterverse stuff.
Yep. The articulation is wild.
Yep. I mean, it's got the
And the
legend thigh, standard bigger thighs at this point and upper body. Oh
yeah,
no, yeah, yeah.
but my God,
So for
for a
folks
Kickstarter.
who haven't seen these,
Oh,
there is what looks to be a ball jointed waist and
yeah.
abdomen
They
cut.
have a diaphragm. Yeah.
Yeah, ball jointed diaphragm. You've
Mhm.
got the butterfly cuts or butterfly shoulders that are just above, so it looks like they can come down a bit more.
Yeah.
Ball
Yeah.
jointed shoulders, cut biceps. I assume it's double jointed elbows and
They are. I watched
uh,
somebody play with these, like the
okay.
prototypes. They're like
And
butter.
so then you have what looks to be a ball jointed wrist. I can't really tell. Ball jointed feet, cut calves, double jointed knees, thigh cut, and again, like I assume it's going to be some form of ball jointed hips.
These figures look like they can pose like Spider-Man.
Yes,
Like they're just really well done. Now, isn't it funny
man.
that you have a third party,
Killian
nobody?
the Red looks amazing.
Oh, that's the one I no. Killian Red, is that the one with the crow, like the hawk or whatever on its
He
chest?
is Killian the
Where's
Red
Roscoe?
is what looks to be Thor with an
Where's
axe,
Roscoe?
like with the blue,
Oh yeah. I know what you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
blue paint over
Move
his
Roscoe.
body and stuff.
Move Roscoe.
Yeah.
Brady, come on in. I had to let Brady in. Sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. He looks incredible, but look at the guy who's not Skeletor, Skeleton God or whatever, Skeleton. I don't know, but look at that guy who's not Skeletor. Oh my God.
Cronin the Barbarian King is fantastic. That is
That's the
both
one I grabbed.
that is
That's the
both
one I grabbed.
He-Man and
It
and
looks like
Conan,
what's
right?
yeah, it's He-Man and Conan. It
Yeah,
also because they do have a slightly animated look to the face,
a little
some of
bit.
it. but I like it. It's not too animated. It kind
No,
of
I like
reminds
it.
me of what is his fucking name? He's the leader of
I,
the Herculoids, the old Hanna-Barbera cartoon. He looks
mm,
like a version of that character.
the
But
fact that he can put arms almost straight, holding the sword out in front.
I know. Amazing. I'm so looking forward to these. I'm
Oh
so
yeah.
happy.
Then there's also Crowman, the big guy barbarian with a crow tattoo
Yeah.
over his chest.
The only one I don't like is the one who is the woman warrior. Like, I don't know what they were going for. I don't know if she's supposed to be a hybrid of Tila and somebody else. She just doesn't hit it for me. She's too beefy. Like, I don't know. I just don't dig the figure. You can tell me if you see her. I'm not a fan of. Like, she just, I don't know, too much in that
Yeah,
direction.
I
But
like the Warriors 3 that they've got.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. I think that's really
Like
cool.
that's a really cool idea. It doesn't seem to have many accessories with it. Oh no, I
No,
like yeah.
no,
So
they have
but then you can
accessories. They
buy
have good.
the barbarian accessory pack, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. But my God,
um
like this is a third party company. This is, I think,
yeah,
their first
like
foray, and they just crushed it, and it looks so good.
God, the first
Then,
tier is Mighty Tier Mateo. He looks amazing.
yeah, but I think they hit every tier. I believe they hit every tier because I've ordered them all on BBTS. The only one I didn't order is the one who looks like Thor with the axe,
Hmm, fair.
and the one who's the woman barbarian. I don't know. I just didn't dig her design for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, but to have a hyper sort of representation of He-Man and Skeletor on my shelf. Like, dude, I'm in. And then the Skeleton Warrior looks incredible.
General Grimskull.
Yeah,
He's
General
like
Grimskull.
he's a cross between Darth Vader and Skeletor, and it's
Yeah,
glorious.
it's amazing. But the one that got me the biggest, and I laughed as hard as I could when I fucking ordered it. I was like, this isn't getting made. Is the Lion Lord that is so obviously Lion-O, even to the claw. Like, I'm like, holy shit, that couldn't be more Lion-O. That's like an updated adult Lion-O. It's just, it's unreal. So I'm like, how come you didn't give us not Mumra? You know what I mean? That would have been great just to cap it off.
Yeah.
It would have been great. But yeah, so like those figures are great. Now, I ordered those. Luckily, I didn't have to do the Kickstarter because a lot of things I'm finding out with Kickstarters, when they hit their goal or about to hit their goal, BBTS seems to have a market with them that they sell them. So I think BBTS marks it up like $4. So it's like $35.99 is what I'm paying per figure, and I think they're like $32.99 or something like that. Whatever. Amazing. I didn't have to pay the money up front. They come out next year. Next year's problem. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
I'm a
because
huge
Kickstarter will charge you immediately, whereas
immediately, right. And that's where I'm struggling
yeah.
right now with the Todd McFarlane medieval spawn. I'm struggling with that because it looks great. It really does. The first one looked great. It just was kind of more of a non-articulated statue. And when I got a better spawn, I was like, oh, I don't need this in the box anymore. It's not going to make me $1 million. Like, it's only going to help Todd. So I ended up getting rid of him. The only thing this time around is the medieval spawn. He's really upped it like, quite a bit as far as the sculpting and shit goes. But I don't think it's worth the value. And because the figure is something like $59.99, I believe,
Mhm.
or something like that, or $49.99 for the figure. With the, it comes with 14 accessories because McFarlane set the record for Kickstarter again. It was supposed to be like, I don't know, 500,000 was the mark, and he hit like 4 million, and he hit like a million within 2 hours. Something
Yeah.
stupid. Like
Which is
McFarlane just knows what he's doing. I mean, you can't
he
deny
does. He
that.
really does.
The only thing I hate is one, he went the same route again and gave us a plastic or a rubber cape. And it's like, dude, this is Kickstarter. Like, you said it's more articulated, it's not a statue, then give us a fucking cloth cape like that's tattered from Medieval Spawn. And two, I can't stand the shipping price is insane. One
Mhm.
figure is a $30 charge, no matter how you slice it. $30 for your shipping. 30. I'm like, what? That's just so now you're going from $50 to $90 figure with tax. Okay, I can pay that for imports and I get it. It's a Kickstarter, all this and that. I just think the shipping is so freaking egregious. It's not right. Like, it's not right. Don't tell me it costs $30 to ship that one figure. Like I don't know, that one really hits me. So I'm like waiting till the very end because again, they take the money immediately.
Hmm.
They take it immediately and they're gonna, have it. So it's like this isn't gonna get. I know Todd says, "Oh, you'll have it in November," which is really quick turnaround for Kickstarter. He'll set the record for that too. But that's a huge shipping charge plus tax. Like I don't know. Like I love Spawn, but like he just released. Have you seen these? The Call of Duty spawns.
Yeah, they don't do it for me.
Okay, I think they look great. And he gets a fucking cloth cape finally. I'm sitting there going, that's $24. $24 with all the sculpting and a cloth cape. But your Kickstarter is 50 plus and you can't give it a cloth cape. Now, granted, he gives you brand new heads, brand new helmets, all kinds of new designs. The armor looks beautiful. The deco is unreal. But I'm just sitting there like, come on, Todd. Like you nail it in so many ways, and then you mess up in others. It's just a weird thing. It's like the only one who brings McFarlane down is McFarlane because he shoots himself in the foot sometimes. Um, I showed you the Dick Grayson Batman that I got. I love it. And then they
Mhm.
have the Damian Wayne just went up this week for pre-order to go with it. The Frank Quietly. He it's completely a Frank Quietly Damian Wayne, which I never thought we'd ever see from any company. So I'm so happy. And do you know what McFarlane gave Damian? I didn't even notice until yesterday. So he gave him a wired cape, but he
Okay.
also gave him a wired hood that tucks
Oh,
behind. And I'm like, no company's done that so far, with the exception of Mezco. They gave him a wired hood that tucks down or it can be pulled over, like in the early issues, the quietly issues. Now, the reason I'm talking McFarlane so much as I segued, I actually found in stores at GameStop of all places. I'm holding in my hand the Val Kilmer Batman.
oh,
He has a
nice.
cloth kit. He's fucking beautiful, man. The only big issue is people are super pissed off about this reissue because he's the same mold from the six pack, the Batman movie six pack. They nailed his face. They absolutely nailed his face in the cowl. It's unbelievable. But he's got the sonar suit, which is more of a smoky gray sonar instead of this bright iridescent blue.
Yep.
I'm fine with that. But what he did was, and I think I know where this comes from because I had this action figure years ago. I think this is where Todd got the inspiration. He made the cowl, the boots, and the gloves black. Now, if you watch the movie, this is where, every nerd in the world is up in arms on this. If
It's
you
funny
watch
you
the
said
movie,
that. I was like, ooh, because the
is that what
cow
you,
gloves and boots are the same in the movie, but
yes.
I also recall, I don't know what toy it was, but you're right.
It
I think he's,
wasn't Bat. It wasn't Batman. It might have been Batman Forever. It might have been an alternate version of a Kenner Batman Forever that had, I don't know, and it would have been like Sonar Blast Batman or something stupid because they had like 1,000 different
yeah,
variants in that age. But yeah, so I honestly think it works better. Like I have the what's it called, Batmobile ordered, and that comes out next month. Like that's one of my
yeah.
big wants this year, the Batman Forever Batmobile with the light up. This guy, I think, is going to work perfect in the Batmobile. The blue iridescent Batman, I don't think would look that great in a jet black Batmobile that lights up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm fine. Yes, it's not 1,000% movie accurate. It's not. But listen, again, I like when toy companies do some shit outside the box.
Mhm.
I like it. It doesn't bother me. Like I don't have to get the exact representation all the time. All I really want is the like the spirit of the representation of what I want for the most part. Like as long as you're close to the ideal, I'm
Yeah.
usually pretty happy. Something that I can look at it immediately and identify and go, oh, that's Val
Well,
Kilmer Batman.
that
You know
that
what I
goes
mean?
back to what you were saying about Cable having a blue arm versus a
Yeah, I'm
flesh
looking
color,
at
though,
Cable right now. I'm looking at him right now. I
right?
love
Like,
that figure.
it's is it close enough to what I want? Absolutely. For me,
Yeah,
I just wanted a Cable in that costume because when I was
yeah,
like that's what he was wearing when I was in like my favorite era of comics, early 2000s X-Men.
right.
I still love that because that's when I was really getting into it, right?
Yep.
Like I look back on that time with a huge amount of rose tinted glasses. It's why Maggot's one of my favorite X-Men.
I liked
I
Maggot. The character of
right.
Maggot was really
I
cool.
I
Yeah.
thought it was really interesting. I love the action figure from Mag like they
Yeah,
did
you
with
have him. Yeah.
he's fantastic. Like it's almost entirely a new sculpt, other than
Yep.
I think the bits and pieces wouldn't be new, but for the most part, like shoulders are new. You've got the the coat's new.
Mhm.
There's so many new things about him. I think he may have Hercules legs, like
Yeah.
the modern Hercules legs, but it totally makes sense. Anyway, I think he's one of my favorite toys that I have on the shelf
Yeah.
because like I'm never going to get another Maggot. I'm more likely going to get another version of Maverick down the line. But
Oh, I hope you get another Maverick. I
like
think we need another Maverick.
I would love to get
We need
the
a
Mav.
three pack. We need a three
Yeah,
pack. I'm sorry.
like either
That's
the
a big want.
black suit Maverick or
That's what we need.
the Maverick from
Yeah,
the solo series. I would
I
love
would
either one of those.
love that black suit
But
Maverick. That's the
like
Maverick design is my favorite. The Weapon X Maverick or the
yeah,
Project H or is it what is it? Agent X would
Agent
be the
X or yeah Department H or no, not
Department H.
Department H.
Isn't
No,
it
it's not
Department H?
No, it's not Department H. It was when they were with the CIA. So
Yeah, so that's my favorite Maverick. That the design, the jet black. Hell, I want that Creed. I want that
yeah,
Wolverine. So if you're not
like,
going to give me LCD and Albert, I'm fine with that. But give me the weapon. I mean the Department X Wolverine because I adored that figure as a kid with the goggles and the gold and the black. I loved that. That figure was right up there with me with the 275 because
mhm.
275 was the first X-Men X-Men Toy Biz Wolverine I had. So like he was my first Wolverine, and then I backtracked and got the other, or maybe he was the first released one, and then they backtracked and
No,
did.
first release was the brown suit. Then it
No, yeah,
was
but that was Marvel superheroes. That wasn't X-Men, right?
no. So and I say this purely because I'm looking at a
Oh,
still on
you
card.
would know
Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
yeah. So you're right. They did do Marvel superheroes, but then they also did the Toy Biz Marvel
you're right.
Toy Biz X-Men brown suit Wolverine because he went on the bike that came with.
You're
Uh,
right. So correct me if I'm wrong. The Wolverine I'm talking about, the 275 inspired one for the old Toy Biz,
that
that
was
came
the
before the classic yellow
no.
and blue
So that
Wolverine.
was Wolverine 3.
That was Wolverine 3. I thought it was Wolverine 2.
No, Wolverine 2 was the brown classic blue and yellow.
Really?
Wolverine,
Are you looking at
yeah.
them on the wall as
I,
well?
I'm looking at the back of the Wolverine
Okay,
blue.
I can't believe. Oh, so Wolverine 3 was my first,
Yeah.
and I've always remembered that figure. I loved it. I for some reason I thought he was better posed. I liked the sculpting better than the classic, tiger stripe Wolverine. I mean, I love the tiger stripe Wolverine. I remember it came with a big ass gun for no reason. Like a gun that's
Yeah, I don't
huge.
know why Wolverine came with a gun,
It
but
looks
I
like a
think
gun mixed with a camera. It's like the
yeah, it really
strangest
does. It
thing.
really does.
So
Um,
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
we said this was going to be toy centric, and it's still going to be. But like, I look back at that. So we know that Dan Young and Dwight are diehards of that old X-Men. Uh, what's it called? Toy Biz era
yeah.
figures, the ballistic. Like they had them all. I know they're eventually going to get to the one that I don't want ever to be made, but it's coming, and
You,
and I know it. I know it's coming. I don't think I'm going to escape next year without it. I think next year is the year. Hell, they might even reveal it at PulseCon, and I'll turn off my feed. But
I would be surprised if you don't see the Brood somewhere.
it's coming. It's honestly
Yeah.
fucking coming. My biggest nightmare would be a fucking HasLab of like, oh my god, I would shit a brick and be like, well, I'm out. At least that's one I won't even talk
And I'm
about.
done. And I'm done.
And it would be
Yeah.
Alex's first one he buys. He's like, I think
Yeah,
it's time to get
maybe I
into
will get.
HasLab.
Yeah, maybe this is
Oh
the
god.
HasLab to get.
Jesus, I'd cry. But no, like there's so many Wolverines in that X-Men Toy Biz run. So
So
many. What
many.
is there, like
Like
11?
I don't know because they did the 3 Wolverines we've talked about.
Yeah,
Brown
and then they have
suit.
the spacesuit, which is one of my
Yeah.
favorites too, the Shi'ar one.
They had spy suit Wolverine,
Yep.
Weapon
Yep. Yep.
X.
Yep.
Um, yeah. Like
They had
so.
feral Wolverine towards the end of the line.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Then they started
They
getting really dumb, like Spider-Man. They had like blasting water Wolverine and all that
yeah,
weird
like they've
shit.
got there is a Age of Apocalypse one, but that's like a Marvel Universe line.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
don't know if that like it's still Toy Biz, but it's just a different blister pack. Um, but yeah, it's a Marvel Universe Weapon X Wolverine with
yeah,
interchangeable weaponry, which is dumb as fuck, but whatever.
yeah. Did they ever do a an LCD in Albert? Probably not.
I do you know what they probably did?
See, that's what I'm
Probably
thinking. They
did.
might have done it, right?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
they
they
also
did.
gave us the Madripoor Wolverine with Psylocke on
Yep.
the Joe Majura issue. I liked that costume too. That was really
Yeah,
cool.
that's a really cool costume.
Yep. They even gave us, was he part of that X-Men 350 where Gambit was turned out to be like an agent of Sinister? Joe Majura was still drawing it, and they were all in like purple Shi'ar costumes. Was Wolverine part of it? I don't think he was part of the team at that point. I think he was probably
He
dead.
was in the Fang costume.
He was in the Fang costume. Okay. Because
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I selfishly always want the Joe Majura designs. I would
Yeah.
love a purple Shi'ar set of X-Men from that one issue. I think, well, two issues or something like that. Where Rogue, I love that Rogue, all that shit. Give me just a Joe Majura line of figures, and I'd be so happy. Like, I think eventually they might be coming. Like, that's something that I would, if I ever get a chance to talk to the Marvel Legends team, I'm going to suggest that because
Yeah.
they've done so many things. I think they would do well with once in a while doing artist specific waves,
I think
just
that would be a
artist
really
specific.
cool idea.
Yeah, I think that'd be great eventually to get into that. You know what I mean? Because you're retreading a
Yeah.
lot of ground with re-release, 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 re-release. Like, speaking of, I don't know if you saw, but I thought it was very misleading. Dan Young was talking about they have the Warlord Professor X. He's easy as shit to find, by the way. You can go on Walmart.com. He's been
Yep.
up there. He's never sold out once. The
Which is
Venom, on the
crazy.
other hand, has sold out 6 times. And now it's all resellers on Walmart.com. So he
Hmm.
went from $29.99 to $89.99. He currently stands to
Yeah.
purchase them off Walmart.com. And I'm like, fuck no. So thank
No,
God
don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about that. I got
you
you.
got me on that. I'm so happy for that. But they like misled us because he said, "Oh, and for those who missed the classic Professor X in the wheelchair or the hover chair, they made it seem like they were re-releasing a new figure, like an updated version of it. I don't know if you saw, but they just re-released stock
They
of.
they just re-released the stock. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that was kind of misleading.
Hmm.
But in the good point, they're re-releasing the retro Green Goblin, so I ordered 2 of those. I don't know if you need it. You might have him.
I have him. Yeah.
Okay, so I need him. I missed him. So I will get him. I got him on card and him,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's a
Um,
great figure.
your earlier question is that they did 8 Wolverines. Ro-
Eight
uh,
Wolverines.
yeah. So Robot Wolverine was
I
Wolverine
remember
6.
that.
So that's
Yeah.
Albert basically. Um,
Yes, that's
Spacesuit
the one I remember.
Wolverine was Wolverine 8. But then you
Yep.
also had Civilian Wolverine. You had
That's right. We had Civilian Wolverine. I had him
yeah,
too. Yeah.
you had Civilian Wolverine. Just quote Wolverine, who is Spy Wolverine. Um,
Had him.
Weapon X Wolverine. The two
Had
two or
him.
three we've already spoken about. The classic suits.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's it. Is 8. They did 5 cables.
Yeah, I remember all the cables and I loved
Yeah.
every one of them. They were
I
so good.
Do you know what I would really love to get is
What?
forearm. I would love to get a forearm
I
figure.
remember Forearm. Yep.
For no reason other than the fact I just like figures with more than 4 arms or more than 2 arms.
Yeah. One, two. That would be pretty cool. But like I people are saying, oh, they're running out of figures. They're never going to
You
run out of figures to
you
make.
you
The
you look at
Marvel
you look at the
library is so
figures.
vast.
And so you look at the figures just from the Toy Biz era, and it
Yeah,
is insane the ones that
bonkers.
you've got.
They could go back and remake every one of those, and that would take them another 10 years. Like the Marvel Legends can go very strong, but what they should do is not fall into a pattern of like expectation where it's just like Wolverine, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain
Yeah.
America. That shit's getting a little old. Now, what's weird is I don't know if you heard. There's a rumor, with Marvel Legends is supposedly releasing a wave of Marvel versus Capcom.
I've heard this.
How will that work with Jada? I'm so curious on this because, and will Marvel Legends do it as well, or is Marvel Legends going to do the characters that Jada hasn't touched, i.e.,
I
Mega Man and Street Fighter?
No, I don't think Hasbro has the license
I don't think so
for
either.
for Capcom characters. I think they're going to do it in the colors of that
Got you. So it would
thing.
be like Blue Venom
Yeah, like the Venom we've just got is going to be recolored
in
blue
blue.
in a 2-pack with someone else. You're gonna get.
I'm with it.
I can't. There was one 2-pack
Oh
that made
yeah,
no
I
sense
remember
to
what we're
me.
talking about. Yep, it's Venom versus um. Oh, what was it? It's Venom versus Captain America, isn't it?
Something like that. So I think you're gonna get
Or is
a.
it Venom versus Psylocke? And you're like, what the hell is this pairing? You're right. We did chat about this in Messenger.
Yeah. Oh God. Now I need to look this up.
Were they revealed online, or did we just find
The
like listing? Oh, David displays model behavior. I think
David
was the
displays model behavior. We were talking about
yeah
that
yeah
because we
yeah
had
yeah.
watched the video.
Yep. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
The pairings are very weird. You know what's funny though? It's like they need Shumagorath. Like that's the big one they
Mhm.
need, and it's like it seems like everyone's avoiding that. But yeah, I'm all for it. Listen, yes, it's a cash grab, but it's a cash grab that works in my eyes because I love those brightly weird colored Marvel Legend
Yeah.
versions of. So I'm happy for it. The Wolverine for the X-Men arcade, I'm super happy for it. I wouldn't be surprised if they redo a whole wave of X-Men arcade figures. That's where I
No,
think we're gonna get
I
the Prude. That's where I think you're gonna get it because
I
they're so
think
big in
you're
that
likely.
game.
Yeah.
Shit, it's coming. But there's so much good stuff. But like McFarlane, he can't run out of characters either. He has got like, and I'll give him credit. McFarlane has put out as much figures as Marvel has essentially in like
Oh,
a quarter
it's
of the years.
yeah. No, you're right. Captain America, Venom,
Cool.
War
Oh,
Machine,
that's one.
Omega Red, Wolverine,
Definitely
Silver
getting that.
Samurai. That makes sense.
Totally.
Uh, Psylocke and
Psylocke.
Thanos.
Yeah, that's a weird one. That was the one you were like, Thanos and Psylocke.
Yeah, like I would have put like Thanos, Psylocke and Juggernaut, right? Because you got
Yeah, Psylocke
Shumagorath
and
and
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut, but I don't know if they're together or if they're going to be
They are making
separate.
Shumagorath?
That's the rumor from David Display's model behavior. Now he is
Video, that's why.
usually pretty good,
He is.
uh, but like his leaks are there's a Jean Grey and Cyclops in X Factor costumes.
Oh, I can't wait for those.
Warpath and X-23 are being re-released in their X-Force
Yep.
figures.
See, that's all you. You can't wait for
Yep.
that.
Archangel, can't wait for that. In
Yep.
X-Force Archangel.
Yep.
Dark Avengers Moonstone. The rumored Spider-Man figures.
Yeah, the battle
Retro,
damaged Spider-Man.
yeah, Retro Chameleon. So
Kane.
we'll list through them and I'll tell you the ones that I'm fully getting.
Okay, cool.
So Retro Chameleon, 90s
Yes.
Clone Saga Kane, Female
Yes.
Electro, Spider-Boy, Spider-Man Unlimited, Agent
Yes.
Venom, Battle Damage Spider-Man,
Yes.
and
Yes.
Agent Anti-Venom. Oh, no, sorry, just
Okay.
Anti-Venom.
Yeah.
I'm going to be getting all of those except for Female Electro and
Yeah, I could care less about female Electro.
probably
Spider-Boy.
Spider-Boy. Yeah, probably not going to get him.
His character sucks.
Yeah, I don't
His
give a shit.
character's so stupid. Bailey, whatever the fuck his name,
Yeah.
Bailey Brown, I think. He's terrible. His character is so dumb.
Yeah, I agree. You're
I
going to
think he
get.
tries to take away from Miles Morales.
And that's what I think it is. Like he's a 10-year-old. They're trying to do it as like a Damian Wayne 10-year-old type character.
Awful though. Awful.
Because Miles is getting older, right? So
yeah, of course, Miles is like a young adult. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then you've got also for X-Men, you got a green suit Banshee.
100%.
Yep. Professor X in the hover chair. Generation X Husk. Fabian Cortez. I'll probably pick him. I'll probably pick him and Banshee up, and a retro Mystique. I have a cell shaded Mystique. I
Yeah,
probably,
yeah.
depending on what you get with that one, they may not interest me, but
If they do her in like her black tank top type design, it's a little
mm,
more edgier. I'll grab her because I like that
yeah,
design. I've always
like
liked
I
it.
don't I don't need another Mystique at this point.
Right,
You're gonna
right.
get Ultimate Miles Morales, Black Suit Tobey Maguire,
Hmm.
Daredevil and Punisher from Born Again.
Yep,
The Deadpool from the is going to be released as a single release from the San Diego Comic Con 2-pack with Bob,
yep.
I think.
That figure
Uh,
is amazing. It's so good.
yeah. We've gone over the Marvel vs. Capcom stuff, and
Yep.
then you've got an Iron Man wave of an Iron Man,
Oh yeah,
Mandarin,
maybe Mandarin. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Crossbones and Constrictor 2-pack, a Punisher. So if it's in an Iron Man wave, I'm going to assume it's Punisher in an Iron Man suit, maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
And then you get US Agent, so maybe not.
So my thinking is you're gonna get the designs from the animated series. You're gonna get the Force Works US Agent. You're
Yep.
gonna get
That
and that's the Mandarin I want though. I want that bright green and
yeah.
yellow garish Mandarin from the
Well,
cartoon.
that's the like so I had the original Scorpion Marvel Legend figure, the dark
Hmm.
deeper dark green.
Yeah.
And then when they announced a retro card, I'm like, yeah, no, I'd rather that one because it's just that it's brighter on the shelf. It's a bright green. I actually forgot I had them because I was just reposting my
Hmm.
Spider-Man figures the other day because Doc Ock kept falling over the animated one.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
that
found a
thing
way
was
to
such a
hang.
pain of your existence.
Yeah, like I found him. I was able to hang him from something. So it would I rather have the classic Doc Ock? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know because that was a Doc Ock figure I had as a kid. Was that
The animated.
version? So yeah, so I'm happy with that one. Like it fills a
I
niche that
get it.
I need it
I
filled.
think
So
it fills the niche. It looks better. Listen, the classic one, like I think Mezco's got the line on that. It
mhm.
looks amazing. I ordered that. I think the classic one is just too plain for Marvel Legends. Like I like the armored
Yeah,
animated one.
I
What I
like the
don't
fact
like
that
is those fucking tentacles.
yeah, but see the tentacles with the
They fall out like
I'm not.
crazy.
You know what? Mine haven't, but they haven't
Wow, you're
fallen out,
lucky.
and I think because they're bendable, I've
Yeah.
just kind of left them in place, and like I'm using the tentacles to hang him from something.
And they haven't come out of his back?
No, the only time they came
Well,
out was because I pulled them out to put them in place so I could test to see if the hanging would work.
oh, that's interesting. Because I know so many people who have had issues with those tentacles.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I can see why.
yeah, absolutely. So I don't know how much longer you have, but I could go. I'm like Captain America. I could do this all day. But I know you got to
I
go at 11, right?
yeah, I've got probably about 15 minutes or so. 'Cause
Let's do 15 minutes.
yeah, I woke up late, so I'm not actually ready for the day, so I've got to do that as well.
Yeah. So I wanted to run this by you. I watch a
Hmm.
lot of, no, not as lately because I've been so focused on, job hunting and things like that,
Yeah,
which is finally the quest has come to an end and I'm really happy.
yeah, same.
But yeah, but there's one of my toy people that I really like, and some negative shit is going around lately, and I have learned not to just be like because I like a person's content or the person to just side with them, and I started looking into it a little bit more, and I got to say I'm quite disappointed. And I don't know if you've heard of him, but X Manny 87.
I don't think I have.
All right, so him and David displays model behavior. Him and Dave are really tight. And I love Dave. I don't think Dave has a malice bone in his body. I know
I
people think he's fake and they say a lot of shit. I love Dave. He's the one who got me through the pandemic. He's the first toy reviewer I really started watching because he wasn't pomp and circumstance and glitz and glam. He didn't have like I remember watching his first videos and they were as bare bones as humanly possible. Like his first video was, I believe, posing the Amazing Spider-Man retro wave on sugar like bowls, like or mason jars or something like that.
yeah,
It was like that, and just the fact that he's so good at talking and so good at engaging people to watch and talk and makes you feel part of it is really a boon to him. And it's why he's grown because he's just really a showman. He's really good at it. But while he's a showman, he doesn't come off fake to me or disingenuous. I don't know how you feel, but I think he's great.
Yo, I think David displaying model behavior is great. Like he's got
He's
his
one of the
niche of
tops.
like
Yeah.
enthusiasm and a genuine love for what he does.
Yeah, and he doesn't like if he doesn't like something, he fucking tells you straight out. He's like,
Mm.
"Oh, this is shit. It's crap." Like
Yeah,
he'll
it's
just,
like,
you know what I mean?
come on, Hasbro, why? So
Yeah,
I
and I love it. I don't think he's a panderer. I don't think he's a shill,
I I
anything like
also
that.
like the fact that he doesn't, as soon as he gets a rumor, he doesn't
Yeah,
rush out to report it. He waits to see
right.
how credible it can be. Because I know he's got sources in different places. So
In
whether it's
Japan,
like,
obviously.
yeah, so whether they're like
Yeah,
like he's got someone working in the factory, or there
right.
are.
For
But
sure, for
I
sure.
was watching Zoic the other day, and he had said that there are so many rumors that come out that he already knows whether it's true or not, but he
Mhm.
knows because he's a toy store, so he can't report on them
I
at
like
all until they're
Big
confirmed.
Nerdy. I think he seems like a nice guy. His content does nothing for me. I don't know. It just
It,
doesn't grab me.
it's funny. I enjoy the behind the scenes stuff that he talks about, like with the toy
Yeah,
store
yeah,
aspect. But a lot of his stuff tends to be, because again, he can't report on rumors anymore, right? Because he's a toy
right,
store. So a
right.
lot of his stuff is like his favorite things and that. And
Yeah,
I enjoy that because there's definitely stuff that he's introduced me
yeah.
to that I have no
And
idea about because of
he
that.
has over enthusiasm too, and then that's fine. I just think David Displays is much better at
Oh,
doing this.
yeah, David is probably one of my favorites.
But the group that I'm part of, the toy community I'm part of, I'm very very tight with them, and we chat like every day on our thread, and it's like some of them like David Displays, some of them don't, and I'm really shocked. It's the Who crew. I'm really shocked to like find that these people just aren't like flocking to him. Like, because Dan Hu and David Displays, I feel, are cut from the same cloth. They're
Mm.
really, really great guys. Dan Hu is one of the best people I've ever interacted with online. I mean, he's just a fabulous human being, and he's honest, and he just loves this shit so much, and he puts so much time and effort into it. He really does. He created a whole community that was not toxic at all. And
Mm.
it was very hard to find a non-toxic toy community because you had like Shartimus people and they were toxic. You had, like everyone else was just toxic, toxic, toxic. And these weren't, they're not toxic. And there's some toxicity now. And it's 4 years later. It was bound to be. But
I I think what if you can keep your community top like the toxicity to a minimum for 4 years, you're doing well.
oh,
Like
he's
you
doing
said,
great.
right? Like 4 years is a long time to keep people
Yeah. But
not happy, but yeah.
Dan doesn't
Anyways,
try to stifle anything either. And here's the thing that I was trying to get at. Dan is a big believer of you either like my content, you don't like my content, or you're indifferent to it. And all of it is fine. He does not cut you off in the comments. He does not shut down comments for videos. Like he wants honest feedback. If you
yeah.
like it, you like it. And I think
And if you
when you
don't
put
like it,
yourself,
why?
yeah,
Because
right.
you know
But you put
you're.
shit, mhm,
Sorry, I was gonna say, like, if someone doesn't tell you why they don't like it, then you don't know if there's anything you need to address. So
right.
if someone came to say, "Hey guys, you're everywhere. Like you don't have any kind of plan, and it's
Right,
kind of
right.
tiresome." I'm like, you know what? I respect that,
But it's
but
by design.
that's what we do deliberately.
We've
Whereas
done
if
it
they,
deliberately the whole
like
time.
if they said, "Hey, it would be nice if you could have a consistent episode length," you know what? I respect that. Maybe that's
Yeah.
something that we could look into more because we try, but we
We
usually
do, but
fail.
it depends on the
We
topic. Like something like
Yeah,
this that we haven't talked about in a long time. I
right?
feel like we have more energy for it today. We're not spinning
Exactly.
our wheels.
And there are
But
definitely days where we're like, "Ah, it's 30 minutes. I don't really have anything more to say."
exactly, and it
If
just happens.
And so we end, but like if we said, all right, we have to talk for an hour, then we
Yeah.
would find something new to talk about, or we might just start
Or it
shooting a
might
shit
not
about.
work for us. And that's the
Exactly.
thing is like I don't this whole thing has always been designed to be two guys on a phone call who don't know that you're listening. It's really
Exactly.
what it's designed to be. And you guys are
Exactly. Like,
lucky enough to listen to us. That's
or
the
we're
thing.
lucky enough that you listen to us.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that yours is better.
you know, either way, like it's feedback is always valuable.
Yeah,
Sometimes you act on it, sometimes you can't act on it, or you acknowledge that, hey, I respect your feedback, but
yeah,
what's bothering you is a deliberate part of the design of this show.
yeah,
And I think the same is probably true for Dan Who, is that he's
yeah.
loves the feedback. Interaction's always great, but maybe
Right.
there are certain things that he cannot change or doesn't want to change.
I just think I respect him so much because I think if we now, granted, we never get comments. We welcome them all the time
We
on these.
yeah, we in fairness, it's not that we don't get comments. We might. It's just that
Oh,
we
yeah,
rarely ever actually check for comments.
yeah, we should check. But my thing
So
is, I would never turn off the comments,
no,
whether it's
no, I
negative or
absolutely not.
positive. You have a right to your voice. So I respect that Dan does that. I think him calling shit out on other people who do that is correct. So the big issue is, and this was how I was going to start the episode too. This is so funny. This is how we're ending it. I wanted to get your opinion as an avid toy collector like me and you. What do you feel about people? Because this is the big hotbed issue with the community I'm in right now. I mean, people are up at arms on this. You might as well grab pitchforks and torches. What do you feel about a content creator who buys a wave, reviews it, and then sells either all of it or partial parts of it?
I have absolutely no ill feeling toward that at all.
Same. Why does anyone care? So they're saying that David displays, first of all, that's the one I'm going to use. They're saying that David is fake because, oh, yeah, he's just going to buy it, review it, and then get rid of it. First of all, when he does that, he literally says, I'm probably going to buy this to review and then keep what I want and get rid of the rest because he cycles out his stuff. He's very honest that he's not rich and he has to keep the toys flowing. And he only wants stuff in there that sparks joy. He actually helped me because his whole non completist method really changed my collecting
Hmm.
life because I was such a hotbed completist.
I
I mean, I had
Yeah,
fucking, what was the figure? Oh my God. He's like blue and yellow and he was in a Black Widow wave or something.
Spymaster.
Spot. Yeah, I had him. No fucking reason to have him, but I had him. I saw him in the store, and I was like, I gotta have him. I don't have him, and I have him, and then I got rid of him. After this, I was able to be like, oh, I can unmarry myself from a lot of
Hmm.
these figures and be okay with my collection. So I have no issue with it. Now, the other issue is the reason why I brought up X Manny is because there's something going on lately that I just didn't think X Manny would be. And this is where I have the issue. So, first of all, X Manny claims to be the one who cracked the code or the mystery of the Hasbro Rock being the two Sentinels or the Sentinel arcade figure. And he put it out there professing that, he was the first one to jump to YouTube and get it out there. So, bully to him got it out there. And he was the first one to profess that, I figured it out, blah, blah, blah. Well, in reality, there's this very small channel and a guy who's a big fan of X Manny who reached out to X Manny in his DMs prior to this video and said, hey, you know what? I think the Hasbro Rock is the Sentinels. And you can look this up on the video. I feel bad for this guy. This guy seems like a decent guy. You can look it up on him. I'll send you the video link.
Hmm.
Um, he sends screenshots because X Manny wrote back to him. He goes, "Oh, you know what? You might be right. Hey, man, that's awesome." And he's like, "I'll shout you out in my video and give you credit for cracking that." Right?
Yeah, he
And the guy
didn't,
was like,
right?
"Really? That's no." He doubled down that he was the only guy and that this other guy's a liar, even though this guy's got screenshots of his DM. And it's like, dude, are you that hard up for clout that like you're gonna take a person in the community who looked up to you, who loves this as much as we do, and just you're not gonna like throw him a crumb and be like, hey,
It,
I can't take all the credit. I thought it might be this, but this guy really hammered it home. Like, whatever, just give the guy like a few moments of shine because it might help his channel. It might help his very small channel.
right.
And like,
So here's the thing with that. When The Rock was released, I was like, oh, cool, it's a Rock. I'll find out
Yeah.
eventually what it is.
I
Like,
had no clue. I had
it
zero clue.
doesn't. I had no intention of digging and finding out.
Yeah.
Hey, someone did, and fantastic. You know what? Great.
Yeah.
It told us what it was, but if
I
you
mean,
don't, it's not a big
yeah.
deal if someone else finds it. Oh, hey, cool. This dude said it's a Sentinel rock. He's probably right.
Yeah.
You don't get internet points for finding out it's a Sentinel rock because within about
No,
4 months it's irrelevant. It would be
it's
like
completely irrelevant.
if I
Yeah.
said, "Hey Joe, did you hear about this thing?" And you're like, "Holy shit, that's awesome. Where did you find it?" I'm
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I found it digging through the files of
Yeah.
website X." And you're like,
Right.
"Oh, wow, that would
It's a
have
lot of
taken a lot
work.
of work." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Absolutely, it was, but I was doing it because I was bored and it's kind of cool." And then it gets
Right.
released. Well, that's cool. Everyone now knows about it. Like, I don't get internet points because I found out about something first.
No. No. And that's
However,
the thing.
if this guy did it and X Manny saying, "Hey, this dude found it and shared it with me, so now I can break it for everyone else," if
That
that
would have been
helps
fine.
that dude's channel, that's the cool thing to do,
That would have been
right?
fine, other than telling the guy who, in the chat that, oh, I will give you a shout out on this. I really appreciate it, blah, 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 something
Yep.
to that extent. And then completely ignoring it. And then
Yeah.
when this guy makes a
Exactly.
video trying to call him, and to this guy's credit, like he tried to DM X Manny, and I guess like X Manny just didn't return it. And then he didn't try to comment in the comments, I guess. So, because he wasn't going to put him on blast, but he was just like privately, like, hey, and nothing was responded to. So he made a video and he said he was disappointed. Like he didn't hate him or anything. He's just like, I'm really disappointed and thrown out. And here's the funny thing. This is where my group is getting up at arms again. It's like this controversy has been 2 months old now because something new brings it back up. So the
Yeah.
Sentinel 2 pack, the Arcade Sentinel 2 pack has been released. I missed out on mine. I had to cancel, blah, blah, blah. I think I'll find it down the road. I also think they're going to redo it in different color
Oh,
waves.
I would be shocked if they didn't, because that
Yeah,
flew off the shelves. And
exactly. So I
right,
think they're
like
coming back.
I think they're going to
Yes.
come back and it's going to be a non-Hasbro posting.
So here's the thing. X Manny bought like 8 of them, I guess. 8 2 packs.
I
Yeah,
mean,
no, he bought 8 2 packs.
fair enough if you want 16 Sentinels for yourself.
Right,
However,
but so
you're going
here's
to
the
tell
deal.
me
Yeah,
he's scalping them and selling them on, aren't you?
yeah. So
Yeah.
here's the deal. He did the video and said, I bought these off Army Building. I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. He put them up on eBay under his YouTube name in his account and sold them at like $90 a piece or something stupid like that.
And
So he kept, I think, maybe 8 and probably sold 8 or whatever. I don't know. No, he would keep 4 packs and probably sold 4. Now, I have no problem with anybody selling 4 packs. If you're smart enough to buy, because the people are up at arms about this and they're really mad about it. And I'm just trying to get your opinion. I'm sitting there going, well, if I'm the one who purchases 3 HasLabs because I'm making an investment, it's my right to turn around and sell them for a premium of whatever I can get because
so
unfortunately, that's the game.
HasLab, I think HasLabs and is a different situation because there's only a limited time to get a
Okay.
HasLab, and
Okay. Sure.
everyone that wants one can get one,
You're right. Yes, because if you
right?
want it, you have the
You
time.
have
Yeah.
the chance to get it. Now, if say for example, like, you know what, I have disposable income, I now want the Sentinel. Well, I'm going to be thankful that people like you would have bought 4 of them and have a couple
Right.
of them up for sale. With this kind of thing, if you're buying it just to resell it, like
Right.
if I'd have bought 2 Venoms just to resell one
Yeah,
because I
you would have
know
made
I could make a
$100
profit,
probably. Yeah,
right?
or
But
$50. Yeah.
yeah, that to me is dirty because I'm like, instead of, I ended up with 2, so I'm giving you 1 because I don't need to,
And I think that's so amazing. No, I would
right?
do the same, and I have done the same. Usually
So
anything I sell is out of my own collection. Like
yeah,
I'm purging it.
and that's just it. Like, purging it is one thing, that's totally
Yeah.
fair. And if you're purging something and the value is increased exponentially,
Yeah,
more
that's
power
not your fault.
to you.
Right.
If you ordered 8 packs of a Sentinel
That
or
you
8 packs
did,
of
right.
anything,
Yeah.
and then you turn around and sell it before you've even got it or within minutes of it arriving at your
Yeah.
house,
Oh, I
like,
guess it was like right after the video they all went up.
yeah, like, especially after in the video, like, oh, I'm not going to resell these. Like that to me is dirty. Like
Yeah, and I get
that
it.
to
That's
me is
where
dirty.
I'm. This combined with what the thing with the conversation about The Rock has kind of soured me on this. And I'd
Yeah.
be interested to see how David handles this because they used to be on like live streams, like, just semi regularly. He hasn't been on it all. And I think there's a reason. I think Dave is like not even mentioned X Manny. And I think it's probably because of this whole shit. He's probably like,
Yeah.
I like him. He's a good friend of mine, but I don't want to get involved in this. And rightfully so, because it could tank his channel or whatever, because people just love to cancel people. I do think X Manny needs to address this situation and be like, listen, whatever it's negative, positive, whatever. The fact that he turned off the comments in his video immediately,
Mm-hmm.
I think is really shitty. Like people have a right to say, hey, this is douchey or whatever. You don't have to agree with it, but people have a right to their voice. When you start stifling people's voices just because I don't want to hear it, that's a Vince McMahon type of thing. That's like that's what Vince does. Where Triple H is like, fair enough, you don't like it, cool. We've got something
Yeah.
for you know
It
what I mean?
and I think this also goes back to there's a deeper argument with that is that in you know what, yes, if we turned off comments on one of our videos because it was a
Yeah,
sensitive subject or whatever, or we didn't
yeah,
want to hear what people had to say about that specific thing, we're only turning it off so that we don't see it. We're not stopping you from
yeah.
talking about it on Reddit or on Twitter,
No,
whatever,
and
right? So
you need
we
to
haven't,
address this situation as far
yeah,
as
like
I'm concerned with him.
we haven't he hasn't stifled anyone's voice. He's just, I don't want people to talk about this here on my channel. I
Right.
understand it. I don't necessarily like it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand where he's coming from. And that's, he's well within his rights as a content creator to do
Oh,
that.
I agree because there are the content creators who just get attacked for no reason all
Yeah.
the time in comments. People, hell, you see it during Hasbro Pulse every single
Yeah.
time that they're
If I, that's
doing
just,
something.
if I was Hasbro Pros, I would turn the comments off because I wouldn't want to see that. I wouldn't want to deal
They
with the
have to.
negativity.
I don't think they deserve comments in Hasbro
No.
Pulse because
So,
these people are live streaming doing a reveal and it's like, oh, this sucks so bad, blah blah blah
right.
blah,
Like,
and it's like,
if that's
dude,
what you
what
think,
the
take
hell?
that to Reddit, take that to
Yeah, why are you
Twitter
bringing
or
that
Threads,
energy?
or like, you don't, that's the kind of stuff you don't need.
No, it's an online troll situation.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
100%.
I know you got to get going. I just, and this episode went longer than we thought, but I loved it. I
Same.
I think it was something to address, and that's what I wanted. That was what I was
Oh,
going to start out with, and we ended up ending it. I would give this guy a shot in the future because people make mistakes. People can do douchey things and whatever. I mean, hell, I have in my
oh,
lifetime.
but
It's like, but
I think the
he's
thing
got to
is that
address it.
you've that's just it. Like you've addressed it. You've talked about
Oh
it,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So
I
like,
own my sins. I own them.
and that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, if as it stands right now, based on what you said, I have no intention of going to check out X Manny.
Yeah,
If
I thought
if
you
you,
might have heard of him or you've seen his channel quite a few times because
I've
he's
probably seen his stuff without knowing exactly who he is.
yeah,
Um, if you said to me, hey, so apparently here's a video talking about it, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll check that out. And if I don't
yeah.
like it, well, then I don't have to give him my time.
Yeah, and the thing is, and I really like his content because he's enthusiastic and he's got good production value. And it is predominantly like 99% Marvel Legends and
Mm.
99% X-Men. But like I think he does a great job, but it's just this has really soured me on it back to back. It's like, dude, I agree with what you're saying about the Sentinels because with Hasbro Pulse situation, they flew off. They were like, boom, gone because well, he's not the only one buying eight. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like,
But
people are going to army build it, right? And that's
oh
within
yeah,
people's rights to army build.
yep,
It's
absolutely.
shitty to buy 8 and then immediately sell 4.
Yeah, my whole thing is like if you're gonna army build and you're gonna buy eight online, I can't fault you if Hasbro doesn't put a limit. It's not your fault.
No,
But the last thing I'll
I
say is when you're in a store and there's only eight Sentinels and you buy all eight, I fucking hate that. I don't care what army build or not, whatever your reason is. That's not okay.
mhm.
I
I
never, like, if there's 3 figures of the Batman figure I want and it's hard to find and I want it really bad, I will grab 1, obviously.
yeah.
But
I
in that situation, if there's 2 more, I will leave the 2. Like,
I
I'll be
have
like, "Do I
I
need it
have
on
been
card?"
known to buy. I've got like 5 hand ninjas, a bunch of different
But
stormtroopers.
you
Some
ordered them.
some of the same. Yeah, exactly. Like, I ordered them, and I think I caught a couple of stormtroopers in the store, but I've done it over time. I have
Yeah.
no issue with army builders.
No,
Like you
neither
said,
do I.
it's just
They're great.
it's in how you do it, I guess.
Yeah, it can be egregious. Like, I mean, especially, like, let's just face it, like Christmas time, holiday time. Like, it goes back to when I was a kid, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers were the original 8-inch figures were like the biggest craze ever. My poor father went through that. There were people, the store would get 7 and they'd buy like 6. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like knowing like that there was 7 and that was all the store was going to get. Like, my dad never did that. He's like, listen, you're getting 1 of each. I don't care how many they are, but you're getting 1 of each, because he's like, I'm not buying you 2 or 3 of each figure. Like, so the
Mm.
putties, because those are an army builder. He's like, you're getting 1 because other people want this for their kids. And
Yeah.
like, I've always grown
I
up that way.
like I ended up with two version or 2 of the Ben Riley Scarlet Spider by accident because I ordered 2.
But that's not an issue. You're ordering. Ordering is
Yeah,
a placed inventory situation.
and
My only
uh,
issue is when it's in a
you see
store
2 of them.
personally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And the thing is, I don't know if I'm going to sell it, and I don't want to sell it for like face value, but you've
Yeah.
almost got to wait just to get your face value back because it takes a dip and goes up. And I
Yeah,
don't.
of course.
And then at the same time, I might also keep it because if there's not a new Daredevil coming out anytime soon, or that's a completely red retro body buck that you can do minimal work on to make it Daredevil.
So wait a minute. That Scarlet Spider, you're talking the retro card one?
The retro card one, yeah.
Throw it up on the wall. It's a beautiful piece.
Well, that's just it. Like right now, it's just leaning up against the back of the
Yeah.
couch that I've got it on. So like
You
I
know
don't.
there's a Daredevil. My God, don't even say if there's a Daredevil. Don't go painting a fucking Ben Riley to get a Daredevil.
I would be the one to do it, and then all of a sudden you see, hey, Daredevil was released. I'm like,
It's gonna happen. It's gonna
yeah.
happen because he's also one of the rumored figures. Is a
Mm,
non-cell shaded red Daredevil single.
yeah.
So you're gonna get him. But now I'm at the point where I am cognizant of the time, and if I do continue talking, it's gonna bring you well over the time you need to.
Yeah. Like ultimately at this point, we've got so many final thoughts that we'll probably
Oh yeah,
return to this topic at some point in the future, next week after, who knows. But
yeah. We're
folks,
gonna return to this topic because we're gonna get back to our wish list too. Even though I got to give Hasbro
we've
credit,
been,
it's small
yeah.
now.
Oh, and that's kind of what I'm interested in. I think maybe the next
I'm
time we talk
excited.
about toys, like next week or whenever,
Let's do it. Yeah.
I'd love to see what your wish list is that doesn't include rumors.
Yeah, of course. Exactly. 'Cause
So
it's exciting now. They're giving me my wants big.
yeah. So but yeah, no more final thoughts, folks. You know where to find us. That's
Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.